Well, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos have gone ahead to obviously sack John Murtough. A decision of him leaving Man United has gone ahead to be made by the board of Man United. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. It's a happy Sunday wherever you are, and good morning guys. Smash like button, comment and share. Let's see close to 300 likes watching this video, and don't forget obviously keep us in the know of where you're watching us from. And this is Rock and David. You can as well call me already into this channel, and let's continue to spread the love all over the world. So here we come in peace to obviously bring you the latest news and information concerning Man United, fronting a story of John Murtough set to leave the club of Man United because his role is not seen as valuable to the club of Manchester United. Lolly Whitwell, a United correspondent for The Athletic, has come out and obviously broken the story. Then we've gone ahead to obviously get in a story coming in through from Jurgen Klopp. Three statements that's going to have to make ahead of the game of Man United versus Liverpool that's going to be played today, and you know that this is going to be held at Old Trafford. I've already gone ahead to do everything. The match preview, I've brought you the combined 11. I'm really enjoying your comments, and I've also gone ahead to go and really put up the predicted starting 11 for the side of Liverpool at the Rockani Media Football. So if at all you feel like you want to engage, you can as well go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts about that. The Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, have been told next week is Eid, so Eid Mubarak in advance for those that might not even hear me, because Eid might really take you all the way and you might not be able to come out and really give us the best of really watching this channel. Now we are calling in for more subscribers. We hit 17,000 subscribers. I think that was mid this week, and now we want to hit 17,100 subscribers. So guys, continue to do the needful and the due diligence to obviously coming through and support us. Biggest African United channel. If there is anyone you know, go into the comment section and send me the link, then you prove me wrong. So John Murtough has been the director of football for the club of Man United, and he was made the director of football I think in 2020. That is it. That statement was put out by the club of Man United, and they are like, he has been working with Man United and now he has gone ahead to be promoted as the director of football. But ever since he has done more harm than good to the club of Man United, because he was doing this role, you know, at Man United, but it was not like he made official, and Man United had not gone ahead to obviously give chance for the role of the director of football to prevail, but he was responsible for all the negotiations and so on and so forth, the likes of the Matt Judge and very many others that went ahead to act as negotiators at the club of Man United. And when you look at how things are really panning out now, the board of Man United is going ahead to make a decision that is going ahead to excite me, and this is what we call clearing the dead wood. Let's all admit that John Murtough is really a dead wood, and in the middle of this week, Lord Whitwell told us that John Murtough is set to depart Man United. There had been a loose proposal. He could continue working in a reduced role, but all parties now accept a clean separation makes most sense. His exit should be confirmed once hires of the structure side are formalized. Now, his position is going to be taken over by Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth to Man United has gone ahead to obviously suffer what we call a huge setback, and we all know why. It has gone ahead to suffer a huge setback because of the amount of money that Newcastle are really wanting. Man United threatened last time, as I told you, that they want to really get out of this deal, and I told you this is just a threat being put out by the club of Man United, and they are not really serious. They know to it that if they really sure they are really quitting, that means Newcastle will continue to pay a person who is on a gardening leave and is not doing his job salary, and that will make them incur losses. And for Man United, I've gone ahead to read stories that they are only willing to offer £10 million to Newcastle, and Newcastle is really wanting £20 million, and the Man United tax looks like he's into action. But I fancy Dan Ashworth to come in through and redo the needful, because he's not a novice on this job of the director of football. He did it with England in 2018. He worked at Crystal Palace. He worked at Newcastle, West Brom Albion. He is a very good director of football. He worked at Brighton and went ahead to recruit some good players that have gone ahead to be sold for huge monies at the club of Brighton, meaning that he's the real deal, that you'll ever want to go work with Erik ten Hag. And trust me, if Erik ten Hag gets a very good sporting director who can sit him down and obviously have a chat on which players they need, trust me, in that boardroom, they'll come up with a final decision that will benefit the club of Man United. The problem we're going to have to face as the club of Man United right now has all been as a result of the club of Man United not having the competent people to come out and really do the job. That is it. The incompetence at Man United is really huge, and people are looking at the manager, but I've always told you that 90% of the success of the club is done off the pitch, and 10% is done on the field of play. That's what you see when Ten Hag is really trying to be on the touchline and naming the first 11 to come in through. But a lot of what you see that contributes to the success of the club is always done off the pitch. And it is evident that Sir Jim Ratcliffe said this club of Man United has gone ahead to bring in world-class managers and world-class players, but the club has failed to click to the levels of Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. So it's evident that the managers are the problem, and not the managers at the club of Man United aren't the problem. The players aren't the problem. The problem is at the top, because the top determines how the bottom is really going to work. Even if you get in a new manager, when he's working with the likes of John Murtough, he's not going to really thrive. You need people who are really competent at the job and are really good at what they do. So good to see to it that Ineos have gone ahead to obviously make a statement and really make a decision of sacking John Murtough, because we need better people to do the job. You know, look at the deals he has gone ahead to make. Anthony was available for £50 million, and United took forever to negotiate that deal. That's why more £35 million were really paid. And to make it worse, you bring in a player at £85 million, and guess what salary is given to him? £200,000 a week. So who is to blame? I think it's John Murtough, because him and the chief negotiator for the club of Man United negotiated this deal. Anthony would have been earning £100,000 a week times 2 the amount of money he was earning at Ajax, because at Ajax he was earning 50 grand a week. So you multiply his salary by 4, that is really bad, meaning that his performance levels are going to be affected, because you've gone ahead to make him reach his dream of earning per week in just one season. So if you give him a performance-based contract, like if you come in your first season and you really go ahead to score 10 goals, 10 assists, next season you'll be earning £120,000. You get? So if you go ahead and really score 15 goals, all 15 goals and 10 assists, the next season you'll get £150,000. If you score 20 next season, like that, you go to £200,000. You know, I've liked it in the way United have gone ahead to give Garnacho a new contract. The new contract of Garnacho sees him earn close to £27,000 a week, but in the due course of earning £27,000 a week, Alejandro Garnacho has what we call performance bonuses, that if you perform like this and this and this, or perform to this level, your weekly wage is going to increase to this level. That is it. The same applies to Kobe Mainoo. Now, this should be applied to all the players we are obviously bringing in at the club of Man United, because we need to see to it that they obviously meet the standards of this club. By not doing so, we will be putting ourselves in a very bad situation that we'll never really get ourselves in, because this wage bill burden that has gone to be put up by the club of Man United is really looking weird, and it's nowhere near good, and it cannot do any justice to the club of Man United. Look, Casemiro, £350,000 a week. That is really bad for the club of Man United. I think Casemiro would have gone ahead to settle in for like £250,000 a week. The same applies for Rafael Varane, would have gone ahead to settle for £200,000 a week. But because of the earlier mistakes we had gone ahead to do at the club of Man United, like giving people like Sancho a deal close to £350,000 a week, that was really ridiculous, you know? And how do you get in a world-class player and get him below the amount of money that Sancho is getting, yet Sancho is really an underperforming player? We should see ourselves getting these players' contracts equivalent to their performances. So the past mistakes we've gone ahead to do have gone ahead to cost us in the financial fair play. That's why they want to obviously cut that date burden. And I'm really excited that John Murtough is leaving the club of Man United, and sacking him is the best decision. Way back, I think 2 weeks, when he went to Barcelona with Hargreaves, who is really one of those negotiators at the club of Man United that came in through from Adidas, I was really very annoyed when I read the story that Man United is willing to keep this guy. And I was like, this is not right. This is not right. He has been doing all the dirty at the club of Man United. And if you want to clean it, you cannot use him to clean it. It's like eating your vomits, you know? He has vomited all over the floor. That is John Murtough of Man United. And how come one is telling him to come out and obviously start cleaning the vomits? He cannot, because he has been vomiting here since David Moyes was at the club of Man United. That is it. That's how far he has gone ahead to obviously be here, and he is really naive and incompetent for the job because he was working for Everton. And how does the club of Man United have a person learning on the job for all that long? That is something huge for us to obviously listen to. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Let's leave John Murtough there and let's go to the man himself. That is the manager of Liverpool, speaking to Man United on how he went ahead to obviously lose the game of football in the FA Cup as he prepares to take on Man United today at Old Trafford, which looks a little bit weaker, especially in the central defense. Jurgen Klopp on the FA Cup loss against Man United. He said United played, I don't know how many less games than we had until then, but the game was brilliant in moments, absolutely brilliant, but we did not have the legs that day obviously to use it. So he was like, they went ahead to play like that because they never had the legs, and Man United had gone ahead to play less games. And when Manchester United was really complaining about this last season, people were like, no way, you have to do it, blah, 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 blah. You get? Now, even the manager of Liverpool is like, they didn't have the legs. And let's wait and see whether they're going to be having the legs tonight, because they played on Saturday, then Thursday, and here they come to play on Sunday. And we're going to have to play the same number of minutes there for you. And then he added on and said, you saw these quick attacks we had, these 4v3 situations, and then unlikely for us, we pretty consistently found the wrong player to finish it off. That is just when the brain is not really fresh and the boys don't see the right solution. Obviously, Liverpool had a chance to kill off the game like Man United. For the first 15-25 minutes, Man United was all over Liverpool, and they created chances, but they never killed them off. And Liverpool also had chances, and they only killed off 2. That really led this game to prolong. But Liverpool had all what it takes to kill off the game, because Man United reached an extent when they're nowhere to be seen in that game. They are ghosting, and they couldn't obviously find themselves in the right position. And I really agree with Jurgen Klopp. They would have gone ahead to obviously kill off that game. And lastly, Klopp said the first 15 to 20 minutes, United were there, really aggressive and scored the goal. But then we took over, and it was the best we played against them for a while, for sure. There was really good football without scoring. Then after 90 minutes, I saw minute by minute, it was too much. It was the end of this intense spell. After all the games we played, extra time was a killer for us. So, looks like he has gone ahead to come in through with a proper plan for the only 90 minutes that are going to be played at the stadium of Old Trafford, and is really ready to obviously take on Man United. So wait and see how this is going to pan out. But I'm really positive of today. I don't think that we're going to lose. That is it. However much our central defense is really lacking, I think Kambwala and Harry Maguire can do the job. I tell you this. They can do the job. Kambwala is a very good game reader, plays well with his back to plays well with his foot on the with the ball on the foot. And I think Casemiro returns in that midfield will obviously bluster a little bit, and Kobe Mainoo doing the needful. And I would love to see Scott McTominay not start today. He should be coming off the bench to obviously get in to the levels that the manager really wants him to be playing at. So guys, your thoughts on Ineos sacking John Murtough are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about it? And Jurgen Klopp's talk on how they missed out on really beating the side of Man United, and do you find his reasons valid? Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. We are coming later with more stories about Man United and Liverpool. It's gonna be a long day as Man City fans and Arsenal fans are really crossed their hands on the side of Man United to do something special to stop this Liverpool side that has gone ahead to lose just 2 games this season. 3-1 against Arsenal loss and 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspur, where Liverpool was robbed in broad daylight. So it was a broad daylight robbery. So the Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, and to the Christians, we cover you in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rock and David is my name. 300 likes on this video. We out.